Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Final Fantasy X's video. If you're still there, I know some of you guys are still here with me. There's not very many of you, but you're still here, at least a few of you, so I appreciate you. Anyways, are these two units going to be the ultimate summon? Well, let's find out. So, Raegen is interesting, whereas Timar actually gives him the 500 flat, which is fine, and the accessory is fine. Aquatic Killer is good, so I might actually, if I were to get him from like a daily or something, I might get his TMR straight up. The STMR is a little late at this point, because I don't think we really care about Magic True Duels anymore. I don't think we care about mages anymore. It's very rare to care about mages at this point, because they're not given the help that they need to do more damage than physical damage dealers, so that there's no point. There's been really rare distinctions of needing to use mages these days. So this TMR is actually kind of bad, if you think about it. If this was made like 4 or 5 years ago, this would have been quite good, but nowadays not so much. So what does Raegen have? He has multiple turns of burst if you go to EX2. He has the 200% amp that also has 150%. Also, you have multiple bursts for multiple allies. So you have multiple bursts for 2 allies, and then your secondary burst is going to be for multiple allies, which is incredible. No unit can do this yet. Anyways. You're locked to these elements. So you're mainly, I think you can ignore the ice because this first burst is only fire and lightning. I'm not sure why it's not the other ones too. I guess that would be too good. And then we're still on the 120 times. I'm assuming, I mean, November soon, that usually means a lot more. So I'm assuming the 120 times is probably going to be a lot higher. Or the modifiers themselves just become so much that this is not even worth doing anymore. And instead, because remember, you only have so many setup time to set up your turn. Because these things don't last for long, 2 turns. You only have a short window. So this might not, in the future, this might not even be worth using, where these LB mod buffs, they might not even be worth it anymore. Not sure yet. Anyways, 70% amp, but we have 100% for lightning now, but the other 2 are fine. Which is okay. So, interesting that they have a full break resist, and also full, no LB damage buff though. But that's okay, I guess, right? Also 50% sword and katana in peril, cool. Human killer, cool. Also Aurora Ray. That thing hasn't been seen in quite some time, so that's pretty funny to see that. Oh, okay, so this, I'm assuming this gives it to, yeah, this modifier gives it to this cooldown thing here, which is pretty crazy, because this is actually a full chain. You don't need to worry about this, because you get already 24 hits with this, and you can pump it up with 5,000 times plus 300 times plus another 300 times. I don't think it's probably still not gonna be that good. And I was looking here, 1,100 times. Still probably not worth it, but it's interesting. It's an interesting thing to do if you are stalling. And he is an SLB, it looks like. Yeah, he's an SLB. But they're trying to make SLBs more interesting lately, but it's still an SLB. Leader skill is fine. So basically what SLBs are, some SLBs now are, you can do multiple elements. So that's cool. I've been doing that since Noctis, but yeah, it's nothing too new, but still is there. So I'm gonna spoil it right now because there's only a few of you left watching anyway, so there's no point in hiding it. He may not look that interesting, but he's the more interesting of the pair. No spoiler, or I guess that is spoiler. I mean, spoiler, I guess. He's the more interesting of the pair. You'd think Akstar would be the one, but Raegen actually gets, I guess, if you want to call this a W, he actually gets a W over the other unit for once. Because I'm gonna be honest, most of his units are not that great. There's been like a small handful that have actually been good, like the Odin one. I think actually that might be the last one that was actually good. because the Neo Vision was just a breaker and it wasn't nothing too special with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him like an 8. In my opinion, I think you should skip this unit because the next banner probably will be crazy. Anyways, I mentioned him. He's Akstar. He's here. So his STMR is the one that has the 500 flat. Cool. TMR is closed, and it's just nothing crazy. And I think you pretty much are never gonna wear this once you get the STMR. Can equip helmets. So he's not like Raegen at all. He only has one time burst, and he can't give it to anybody else. So okay. And then like he has 90% break for defensive spirit, which is cool. He has an Imperil field, which is cool. And then that's it. There's nothing about him that's special at all. Usually I don't agree with completely with my Discord. Usually they're quick to flame units. But I think this time saying this guy is underwhelming is probably fair to say, because there's nothing going on with him. He's not a tank. He's not really a breaker. He technically is a breaker, but not really, nothing too special. Leader skill is nothing too special nowadays. We have several of these types of leader skills now, and also, the Breast and the Crystal is interesting to have, but this is not better. I don't think this is better than that 30% damage buff that Tidus has, that a few other characters have. I don't think it's better than this. And then his damage is just okay. He's not locked in any elements. I can say that at least. He's not locked in any elements, so at least he has that going for him. But I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I don't think he's special. I think that these two are just made to hold you over, to see, you know, do a little window shopping, and then when November comes, and when that's basically like technically we've been having anniversary banners already, but technically the beginning of November should be like technically the first real anniversary banner traditionally. So that'll probably bring in something crazy like they're not gonna do Final Fantasy VII again, right guys? They're totally not gonna do Final Fantasy VII again. I hope not. We've had too much Final Fantasy VII, and not enough of a lot of those other games. Who knows if we're ever gonna get a meta Zidane? Who knows? Maybe not. Probably never. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you as always. I said that that's not like a catchphrase, and I really do appreciate the people that are watching my videos still. I know I'm not making too many of them because I am exhausted. Like 99% of the day I'm exhausted, so it takes a lot out of me, but I still want to make them when I can. Anyways, see you next video. Peace.